Greenburgh administrators, I heard that your budget was asking for 5% increase for the next school year. Is that true?
Absolutely not, Dr. Chase. I haven't even completed the 1920 budget.
And as a district, we have no desire to go over the tax cap.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Well, I attended one meeting around one of your several meetings, and I heard a question about Greenburgh Central spending more money per pupil than any other school in the area. Is that true?
Wow, I thought we were in alignment to other school districts as it relates to per pupil spending in general education.
Yes, we are, Dr. Chase. If you look at the chart, the lower chart shows that we're in alignment with the local districts that are comparable to us. When you look at the top chart, you'll see that our enrollment for our special ed population is the highest among districts that are similar in size and similar in demographics. And if you look at the middle chart, it shows that our instructional expenditures, while our special ed expenditures are higher, that's because we have a higher percentage of students based on similar schools.
Right, and I have to tell you, we enjoy servicing our students with special needs in our school district, and I don't apologize for that. So basically, what community members might be confusing is that the reason why our per pupil spending might appear high is because it is a combination of general ed spending and special ed spending. And because we have a higher rate of special ed enrollment, it gives the appearance that we're spending more per student as it relates to other school districts.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So Dr. Chase, another thing that you might want to consider is that if we have a 12-1-1 class that's full, that we have 12 students in, our grade is going to be lower. But if all of a sudden we only have 8 students in the same 12-1-1 class, it's going to make it look like the cost per pupil is higher. We still need to maintain the teachers and the staff. We just don't have as many students.
And we are so proud of each and every child in our school district.
Hi, I have a question. You are asking the community to support a bond for $114.6 million, but I hear it's really closer to $200 million. Can you please explain that?
Wow, that's a question I've been hearing a lot in the community. Perhaps maybe you can help people out with that one.
Absolutely. What we're asking the community is to approve a referendum in the amount of $114.6 million.
Okay, now that's the total cost of the bond, of the project itself.
Of the project itself, of the construction, of the site work, of the additions, the alterations. We cannot by law exceed that $114.6 million.
So these incidentals that I hear people talking about and saying it's going to be more than 114 in terms of the total cost, that's not accurate.
No, it's not, because that's all built into the cost of the project. We've
Okay.
had our architects, our engineers go over the scope of the project and to ensure that we have the money built into that 114.
So where is this, well, possibly $200 million rumor coming from? What do you think people might be confusing this with?
Well, that would be the cost of the actual financing. So much like a home, when you purchase a home, your purchase price may be $500,000. Most people have to go to a bank to borrow the money to buy the home.
Correct.
And when you're done making all of your payments, that $500,000 is probably $700,000. So that's where it's coming from. When we issue debt on the bond, on the $114 million, we'll do it in sections. And of course, we'll be charged interest. So over the course of the 30 years, what we did is we developed schedules based on the construction schedule, which included interest, and then we calculated out what the average monthly tax impact would be. That would be the $14 per $100,000 assessment. That does include the anticipated interest expense that the district will have.
So the project itself is 114.6 million, will not exceed that. However, what people are possibly confusing would be the finance charge that's attached to it.
Yes.
And when we gave the estimation of $14 per month per $100,000 of assessed value, that $14 per month includes the finance charge already.
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, I think that might be helpful.
Yes.
To our resident.
Well, no, I know another question that has come up that they feel that the tax impact is going to hit us immediately.
That's another question I've been hearing, yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at the top graph, that shows that the tax impact is not going to occur for a few years. We can't borrow money until we actually start construction.
Wait. So are you saying that when the bond passes on March 19th, I won't see the tax impact on March 20th?
No, you will not see that tax impact for a few years.
Wow, okay, well, good to know. And by the way, will it be the same amount each year for the 30 years?
No, it will not. It varies. If you look at the graph, we have an estimated, how it's going to flow. It's going to start out lower. It's going to creep up, level out for a little while, and then dip back down as we pay off bonds. Because you have to remember, some of the bonds will be 15 years, some will be 20, some will be 30. So they vary in length.
Oh, I think that's going to be helpful to our residents. Thank you.
Hi, Greenburgh Central School District. I have a question that I wrote down. I hear that the schools are really in decent shape and we really don't need a new school. Can't we just fix up our schools for a less expensive bond? What's really the difference?
That's a great question. I've been hearing that also, Mary. Can we really fix the schools for a bond that's a little bit less than $114.6 million?
Well, if we based it on the building condition survey, it would cost us about $79 million.
Isn't that a better option?
Not really, because once you do the $79 million, the same will happen with the 114. You're going to incur interest costs. So if we do the same calculations, we will have the 79 million will cost you 98.6 million.
Oh, so at the end of the bond, it would be 98.6 million.
98.6.
What would that cost us per month? Because we know the 114.6 is going to cost us $14 per 100,000 assessed value. What would the 79 cost us?
It's going to cost the same.
So you mean to tell me over 30 years with the 114, brand new school, complete renovation of Lee F. Jackson, parents save money with ECP, full day ECP, new athletic fields, I'm paying the same thing if we just do patchwork?
Yes. Wow. The 79 million, while it's only over 15 years, what you're going to see happen is in a few years we'll have to go back out to the voters because that 79 million is going to do things that people don't see. It's going to do the roof, the windows, the things behind the walls.
Okay.
So it won't impact instruction whatsoever.
That's right. So we won't get our 21st century classroom spaces. We won't reduce the transitions that students undergo in our school district, which we think is which we know for a fact based on research that is just not appropriate for children. It will not necessarily give us what we need. We won't be able to bring a full day pre-K into our school district. We will not be able to consolidate, which will also decrease our operating costs in the long run. So it sounds like the $114.6 million model really is a cost savings in the long run.
In the long run.
And at the end of the day, we can't afford not to do anything for our schools. Our schools are in such disrepair and in such need of attention. We cannot afford to wait another 20 years, another 10 years, another 5 years. To be honest with you, we can't wait another 2 years. Our students need this, our teachers need this, and our community needs this.
Why don't we just use the money for staff?
If I were Jeannie, or princess of the day, I would love to hire more staff. But can we actually use a bond to hire more staff, Ms. O'Neill?
No, you cannot.
Why not?
That's what your annual operating budget is for.
Why do the children of Greenburgh Central School District need this? And is it really necessary?
It is absolutely necessary. You know for a fact, and working very closely with our facilities director, Mr. Michael Falcone, all of the issues that we are finding in our schools, whether it's ECP, finding groundwater, whether it's pipes bursting in the walls, whether it's the need to do an asbestos abatement, whether students are standing too close to the radiator and they cannot, and they get burned. Whether our BCS shows that our schools are all in unsatisfactory conditions and we don't even meet code. Schools such as Bailey Elementary School, built in 1929 using codes from 1930. This is the time to do something about our schools. We cannot afford to wait any longer. And our children are not necessarily experiencing what they should experience to optimize their learning. Children don't learn the way we used to. Remember, we were in rows and columns. You know, at least with the plan that we have set, children will have flexible learning environment, flexible seating. Children will have those 21st century spaces where they can learn, explore. try things, make mistakes, correct themselves. Children will be able to truly immerse in world languages. We can implement all of our programs with fidelity and not shoehorn these fantastic, robust 21st century programs into spaces that don't necessarily allow us to do them. When I hear community members mention, do our kids really need this and do we really need this? There are at least 1,000 reasons why we need this. No other school district have these conditions when they can do something about it. We haven't done anything with our schools in, 20 years, 25 years?
At least 20
It is
years.
time. Most other school districts, every 5 years, every 7 years, every 10 years, go out for a bond to improve their schools. We have not. So the time is now, and our children need this, our children deserve this, and we believe that this is also going to enhance our community tremendously. Be it property value, be it giving the community a sense of pride about their schools, be it the availability of or the readiness of selling their homes as quickly as they would like to sell them because this will be the most attractive area. There's a huge benefit to everyone by moving forward. Equally as important, Ms. Frida Warburg had a vision to bring all the schools onto this campus and to educate the children of Greenburgh before she willed this land, 187 acres, to us. And we are actually fulfilling the dream of someone who donated this beautiful space to our school district. The time is now.